Well, the weather pattern is staying active across the country. We've got a trough across the east, or at least an upper low, that continues to bring the rain and the snow showers and just the gross weather here. Another storm system moving into the west. Will we see a warm up? Eventually, I think we will. We're going to break it down, all the crazy weather. It's in the forecast today. All right, let's move quick today. We're going to start in the upper levels. This low is going to move out, at least the cold air, that cold core of air in the upper levels. That will improve our weather conditions across the east and northeast as we move toward the early part of next week. However, it doesn't mean we're going to be rain-free. We start to develop a southwest flow aloft. We'll also start to see some Gulf moisture moving in. So I think it's kind of a wet period that's going to move in as we see the temperatures warm up. Across the west, this big upper low starts to drop into Texas, and then we start to warm up with this ridge starting to build in. But here's the problem. Heading into next weekend, look at this trough, guys, that's swinging through the country heading into next weekend. This could mean another round of below normal temperatures for the east and northeast just in time for next weekend. Let's quickly go through what's going on your Friday. Snow showers across the northeast continue as our area of low pressure lifts up toward Maine, warm enough in the valleys that we'll likely see some rain. The intensity will start to back off some. We'll start to see things settle down a little bit, and then everything starts to shift off to the east. Finally, by Sunday, we're starting to dry out here from the mid-Atlantic, from New York down into the Virginias, the Carolinas, even into the south. And now we're watching our next system moving in, bringing some rain into parts of Illinois, down into Missouri, even Iowa, and parts of Minnesota. Yes, warm enough for rain now. Across the east, things finally clear out in Maine as we move into Sunday. It'll take all weekend to really kick that out. And then here comes more rain showers through the Ohio Valley as we move into Monday. Now, this is Monday morning. Let's back things up because we have another system. That's the system that's moving into the west right now. It's bringing a lot of rain, a lot of snow, and that snow is heavy in some of the mountains. Winter storm warnings up even for the mountains of Southern California. And all of that moves into the mountains, Intermountain West, as we move into Saturday and then into Sunday with some heavier snow possible here from the Wasatch over to the Rockies. And then that snow potentially on the northwest side. Now, I don't know. There's some question here. How cold do we actually get here into parts of South Dakota, Nebraska? Do we see snow? More of a rain-snow mix. Very marginal for snow as we move now into the 7th of April. Now, let's talk about the eclipse because as all of these rain showers push off to the east, they do start to weaken, but the clouds aren't going to go anywhere. This is Monday around 11 a.m., and look where these showers are. So as we move toward that eclipse hour by 1 p.m., somewhere here between 11 and 5, you kind of get the idea that we could be a little cloudy here. So that could be a problem. I'll keep watching it over the next couple of days. The Northeast, though, looking pretty good, I think, here, at least from Vermont, New Hampshire into Maine at this point. I think there's still quite a bit of questions here for Texas up into the Midwest. High temperatures on Friday, cold across the Northeast, 30s and 40s here from Michigan all the way into the Northeast, 30s into the Appalachians. We may get 40 or so in the valleys, but you got to really get south of, say, Charlotte, south of Atlanta, and I would say west of Jackson, Tennessee, west of St. Louis before you're in the 60s. We do start to see some warming as we head into Saturday, at least across the south. Temperatures that were in the 40s and 50s start to warm back up into the 60s. 60s close to Norfolk. We're still probably in the 50s, though, and another cool day into the northeast. Across the Central Plains, we're looking nice and toasty across Texas on Friday. Look at the warmth all the way into Montana. An 80-degree reading showing up here into Montana. A warm Friday, but that comes to an end as some colder air works in heading into next week. The snow showers, again, will start to wind down, but look at this. Heading into Friday afternoon, we could see another round of snow showers for the mountains of West Virginia and really all across the Northeast, especially into the mountains, just pinwheeling around this upper low. A little too warm for some of the lower elevations right along the lakes here, so we could actually just see mostly rain showers, but get away from the water, get up in elevation just a little bit, and you'll see some snow showers. I don't think it's a lot of snow, but still kind of miserable. And then we're watching this big system moving into the west. It's going to cause lots of rain, lots of snow showers, especially, again, I talked about that here into the Sierra, across Southern California, and then moving into the Rockies. And there's next week as we move this system out into the Plain States towards South Dakota, parts of Wyoming. Again, the snow, very questionable here. It's something that I'll keep an eye on. Here's your snow totals, at least on the NAM model through Monday. The heaviest clearly into the mountains from the Sierra, also Southern California, and then into the mountains mountains of Colorado, Utah. And then this right here, that's the big question. How much snow do we see in some parts of Nebraska and South Dakota? Temperatures over the next 30 days. This has been pretty consistent, cooler than average across the east, or at least close to normal, warmer than average right here in the central part of the country, and below average across the west. That's all I got for now, guys. Catch you next time.